If you aspire to be on boards in the year ahead, it's absolutely crucial that you really start to put your goal setting in place. And I'm doing this with my clients, but even within my own client base, I find that people are relatively vague about A, what they're trying to achieve, and B, how they're going to go about achieving the goals. And of course, if you've had any sort of professional development over the years, you understand that it's really crucial that you do, in fact, have really clear roadmaps so that you can become laser sharp in the activity that you need to do. If you're not really clear about the goals, it's really hard to land on board seats, in my opinion, because you can get absolutely lost in the maze of doing all the wrong things. You can apply for the wrong roles, you can be trying to network in the wrong places, you can be trying to do a lot of activity that doesn't actually generate an actual result, which is a meaningful board appointment. So I think the clarity needs to be sort of there. And so my strong advice would be take this sort of end of year period to get the clarity on how you're going to hit the ground running in February, and break it down by quarters, 4 key quarters next year. What is the activity you're going to undertake in each quarter to achieve your goal? Now, when you're defining the roles that you're seeking, again, huge levels of vagueness when I'm talking to clients. Oh, I just want a paid board role. Okay, take it to the next level. So if it was for me personally, I would be saying, I want to secure a human resources technology board that is a high potential company. It's most likely undertaken Series A funding. It's most likely going to have something to do with talent management. And, that's the type of board I would really like to secure in 2025. And then having that real clarity, because I know I could add a lot of value in a boardroom setting like that, I can then work backwards from there and think about, well, what are the networks I need to establish? Which private equity firms do I need to reach out to? Which businesses should I be tracking? Where do I go and get my research for the businesses that fit that criteria? The more specific you can be, the more likely it is you're going to achieve the goal. And this is where I really see people falling apart, because they're just too vague and they're trying to do too many things at once. So I often have clients who say, well, I want to be on a not-for-profit and an energy board and a health board, and I could do education as well. Well, forget all of that. Try and zero in on one thing you're trying to do per quarter. And so when I'm working with my clients through my board portfolio programs, we're trying to land on typically a board seat per quarter. And so by being laser sharp each quarter, what we're trying to achieve, you can really put the strategy in place. Keep in mind, one of the number one rules of the game is that board careers are incremental. So it means the first role leads to the second. And that's probably where a lot of people trip up, is they're going for a role in the market that's just slightly above the pay grade, so to speak. They're going for a role that they're just not super competitive for. And when you think about it in recruitment terms, we're looking for roles where you would be in the top 10%, the top 10 percentile of the candidate pool available. So if you can get that laser sharp, focus on where would you be highly competitive, where would you be in the top 10% of candidates, and then, execute on that for a quarter and secure that role. Then you move to the second quarter and you're trying to secure the role that then makes the most sense from there. So if you can overlay your strategy with that incremental approach, you're going to find you're much more successful. Then you've got to just really, do the hard yards. And this is where, again, a lot of people trip up, is they just don't do the level of activity required quarter on quarter, month on month to secure the roles. And that really means getting, heavily networked with the right people, making the right approaches, creating the thought leadership to attract the attention, etc., etc. So I think goal setting is going to be crucial to success. The competition now is off the charts. There's so many more people that want to do this kind of work. The people who are going to be successful in 25 are going to have a very clear plan. They're going to have a very clear roadmap and an incredible sense of where they genuinely would add the most value, so that they can secure those anchor appointments, those stepping stone board seats, which are then going to lead on to higher profile board appointments. So this is a perfect time, I believe, to get the plans right so that you can hit the ground running and get some early wins in that first quarter of 2025.